Hello, hello, and welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have got epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed or whatever works for you. So, hello, hello, hello. Kay is asking, not an autumn question, just a general question. Have they released Snap yet? People in the chat have been saying that they have in various states. I don't know if it's for everybody or if it's just in various states. So, hello. Oh, I'm glad you guys like the overlay today. I thought it was so pretty. So, and 'tis this season. All right. Hello, hello, hello. All right. So, Nettie says it depends on your state. There we go. All right, so we're going to jump right in. Hello. All right. Little baby dumpster fire. At 1 minute, 45 seconds in, little baby dumpster fire. He's had some losses this week. Poor Dumpy. Shall we go over a few of them? Now, not all of these are good for us, but they don't look good for him. For example, all right, I'll just run through these. I've got a handful. So the first one is not good for us, but the others are. Okay. According to CNBC, in October, new foreclosures jumped 20%. That's brutal. A sign of more distress in the housing market. So foreclosure starts. So, so sorry about that, but it doesn't look good for him. Bless. All right, on to some stuff that doesn't look good for him. According to Politico, Florida House Speaker Daniel Perez says there is no plan on redistricting the state right now. We're not there yet. We haven't had that discussion yet. So yesterday, we looked at how Indiana, or yesterday, day before, how Indiana, the idea of redistricting in Indiana went, no. And now apparently, even right now, Florida House Speaker says, well, there's no plan on redistricting the state right now. So they may, but oof, it sucks to be Trump. Gavin Newsom leads over J.D. Vance among young male voters, says a Republican pollster. Newsom is siphoning off the MAGA Bros from Vance. Mr. Charisma strikes again. Over what's going on in Venezuela, or in the international waters around Venezuela, military personnel seek legal advice on whether Trump-ordered missions are lawful. They don't want to get arrested. That's a good idea. Do that. Fired federal workers are starting new roles. This is Axios. These fired federal workers are starting new roles opposing the Trump administration. They got fired from the government. So now they're going for very democratic, anti-Trump jobs. This freed up those people to actively work against you, Dumpy. The Chicago Treasurer is boycotting U.S. Treasury bonds. Oh, buying the U.S. debt? Nah. Chicago's finances, it's a chunk of change. It's just a wee bit of money. And Chicago Treasurer is boycotting U.S. Treasury bonds. Oopsies. And in Middle Tennessee U.S. House special election, particularly in GOP strongholds, voter turnout was down 75%. So anyone who's trying to tell you everything's going swimmingly for President Dumpster Fire, au contraire. So we have so much to cover, and I'm trying to think because I don't. So I did want to look at the of all of that. I did want to look at the MAGA Bros. MAGA Bros for anyone but Trump / Vance ? La dee 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 dee. Oh, these people are terrible. Yes, indeed. All right. I need to save that. Okay. Whew, yeah, things are not looking great. Chris Cole says, and we'll take a bunch of these donuts too. Oh, MAGA Bros. I can't remember the last time I read on this particular group. Ew. Oh, I'm sure they wouldn't like me. I know exactly what they would call me. And you know how much it would upset me? Same way if I ever decide to date again. I know there are men out there who would say I'm too old, I'm too liberal, I'm too outspoken, I'm whatever I am. And that's how I would know I have no interest in that person. So, yeah, get stuffed. Anyway. K-Coop says, now I want a donut. Well, I always want a donut, but, being vegan. Oh my gosh. Dorinda says, too smart. AJ says, too much of a brain. Lisa says, too smart. It's funny you should say that. Because that's what an old friend, my ex-husband, and my father said. That if I was ever single again, I'd have some interest, except I'm too smart. And my dad added, it isn't even just the depths of your knowledge, it's the breadth of your knowledge. Thanks, Dad. Actually, from my father, I actually took that as good. From my ex-husband, who I was married to at the time, I did not. Anyway. Whew. Amanda says, when I got blood work over the summer, the lady doing my paperwork asked my marital status. I said, single. And she said, good choice. Cosmic Goat Lady, go Cougar. What? B. Smith says, date an Irishman. They like smart women. Oh, there we go. So, All right. Yeah, morning, neighbors. Hello, Sharon. And that was good. Star says too strong. There you go. Linux says Boo-Boos and Kitty would chase off any bro who tried. Aw. And Lewis says weak men fear strong women. Yeah. Thank you, Cauldron Craftworks. All right. Let me. Am I avoiding getting into the MAGA bro energy? Maybe a little. Okay. Do do diddy da da da. Why do I not care? I pulled cards. I'm looking at them, and the energy is just, I don't care. But I do care. I care because I want to know what dumpster fire's support looks like. But they're just so small and pathetic. Burdens and justice and look turning more left because they're hurting. Yeah. The videos of people burning their MAGA hats, good. But thank you, P. Frost. Traveling Chair says dating is for the young, but that's just how I feel personally. Okay. Music Mansion says time for a day off. Pardon? Did I do something wrong? Raymond, I think that's a fire emoji, but I don't know what the thing before it is. I'm hoping it's a pie. Just because I want pie. Julie says, can't imagine dating again. I've been with the same guy for 40 years. Congratulations. Well done. Yes, Dave. I'm glad you're happy. Cam says, date a teacher. They love smart, curious people. Aw. It's a hat with a purple bow on it. I don't know what that is. Thank you, Liz. That's very sweet. I'd have to get past the throng of women in the chat who call you Muffin, which is adorable. Okay. Anyway, they they've bought into the wanting to be an influencer, money, tech, whatever, blah blah blah. There's the country. Things are not going well for them. And yeah, it's not helping this whole looking down on women thing. They're starting to acknowledge that there are massive problems with that. And that if you treat people like they're equal, they'll usually treat you like you're equal. I don't know, it's starting to slowly dawn, not in a huge hurry, but a little. So anyway. Okay. Thank you, Angie. The hat is next to the fire emoji. Oh, it was a hat. It was on fire. Okay, thank you. Thank you. He says, I just want a male companion. I bet there are men who just want a female companion. So, all right, one moment. Sorry. I did not need to share that with you. Anyway, let us move on. Thank you. All right, let us go back here and open that up a little. And they jumped down for some reason. All right, so at 1530, this doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but it's dumpster fire. Trump said he recently had an MRI. Okay. He called the results outstanding. Okay. When a reporter asked if the scan was like, what did they scan? Like, Trump said he didn't know what part of the body was examined. So your brain then. But whatever the doctors analyzed, they did it well. Okay, let's have a look, shall we? Squeebles says, I had my shoulder scanned a few years ago. I definitely knew what was being scanned. Yeah. Rob, please don't use that center word. Please take that comment out of the chat. Thank you. Joyce said the MRI I had on my brain was done differently than the one I had on my hand. Yeah. And Jamie, yes, scan the Epstein files. Lucy's asking, how could you not know what the doctor scanned? Yeah, exactly. So it kind of proves, yeah, they were looking at your brain if you are not even with it enough to know that they. Okay. There is a running joke though that his goofy dance, his little dance that he does, that he's holding a rope, one end in each hand, just rope, just going in and out of his ears, you know. Well, there's imaging. Oh dear. Oh, okay. Yeah, they're definitely keeping this quiet. They are very much keeping this quiet. Oh, by golly, Ollie gifted 10 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. K-Coop, I just choked on my chip at that imagery. I hope you're okay. Yeah, Patty, doing the ear floss. Squeak, 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 squeak. So, okay, that's theft. Page of Wands. That's a diminished king. Star, that's the MRI. Lack of, day late and a dollar short. Chaos. I don't know how else to put this. He's lost brain power. And it's likely a stroke. Because of the droop. But stolen, diminished, take a look and find that's not good. And not only is there a lack that shouldn't be there, but what's there is very chaotic. Spiritual Hack says, we see the side, the droop. He definitely stroked. Yeah. Yes, Julia, we don't need an MRI to know that. Mayor suggesting someone stole his brain? No. You'd have to find tweezers. Okay. I'm joking. Ooh, that was... Ooh. Seeking the shifts as white brain matter. Areas that are no longer working. Yeah, that was not good. Yeah, you don't need me to tell you this. Whatever's excuse me, whatever's happening, it's aggressive. There he is diminished. It's not going to get better. This is a roll downhill. There's a refusal. Adding insult to injury. Affecting his communication. And when I say communication, I'm not talking about let's craft a speech. I mean communication like getting thought out. Oh, he is compromised. If he was anybody else, I would say you need to go take care of yourself. But we know he's not going to. Rose Blue says that's a grease from the fast food. Well, it's not helping. Oh, that was a lot darker than I thought it would be. Yikes. Okay. Julia, I'm so sorry, but could you please take that out of the chat? It's a daytime show. Thank you. I wasn't getting tumor, Danette. I honestly, but his father had Alzheimer's, so he's already at high risk. Thank you. I'm not getting really tumor. Hanged Man, Page of Wands. Again, Page of Wands, he is diminished. He's just mentally compromised. And yeah, I'm thinking stroke. Entertainment only, but that's what I think too. But oh boy. Okay. MCOP, I've never picked up on that, honestly. Maybe, but I've never picked up on it. So Joe Cornell is saying the aspartame in the Diet Coke isn't helping either. Yes, there was up here. Cat Mom was talking about the artificial sweeteners being bad for the brain. Yeah, well, yeah. All right. So moving on at 23:40. Tuesday. This is bugging me. Sorry. Tuesday. Guess what happens Tuesday? Speaker Mikey Johnson, the heretic, is fast-tracking the vote to happen as soon as Tuesday for to release the Epstein files. Timing for the final vote remains in flux, but while Greene and Trump argue online, oh, so glorious, the pressure must remain on members of Congress to release the full Epstein files. Yes. Excuse me. It's what the survivors deserve. More and more representatives are indicating a break with the GOP. And the thing is, Thune, who's leading the Senate right now, he doesn't want to bring this for a vote. So he's really going to, you're really putting your name on not bringing this to the floor? And you think that's what, better than voting no on releasing the stuff? So let's have a look on this going forward, because they're going to need 67 votes in the Senate to get the majority they need for to overcome a veto. So there's a lot of talk of Republicans jumping ship in the House of Representatives, but senators, so if not released, why cards release shaped? Yeah, they've kept trying to walk away as this is built up and built up and built up. Or will they release the files or not? Excuse me. Strength, Chariot, Death Card, Star, happy democratic families and democratic people. The odds of the House voting to release this information and the Senate voting to release this information, and both of them having supermajorities in order to overcome a veto, are slim. So why do I keep getting all of this major arcana? We're standing together, big display that is very damaging, but gives hope and happier Democrats. We've been talking about this for days. Certain topics, it's Yahtzee with the major arcana. Ooh, man, oh day. Okay, well, it doesn't look hopeful, but man. Spiritual access, it will never go away. Never. We will not let it. Yeah, that's exactly what the cards are saying. I absolutely want it to come out. Squeals. So this week is going to be fun. Thanksgiving convos with relatives is going to be fun. Oh, yeah. Democrats. Oh, Democrats over the emperor. Country. Secrets. You can see all the pieces coming out of the fog. If no Epstein file release, why cards Epstein file release shaped? Over and over and over and over. Yes, Patty, it confuses me that they think this is going to blow over. All right. Nettie had a question. At 20, it's kind of related to something we looked at earlier, but it's not exactly the same. So I guess has Candace Owens resurfaced? She kind of disappeared for a while. Rose Blue, thank you. A major arcana sale this week. There we go. There we go. Oh yeah, Pam, Trump has the power to veto the Epstein file release, except if there's a supermajority in the House and the Senate. So it doesn't make sense that this information is coming out, but the cards are just over and over and over and over, day after day. So as Candace Owens, I know, do we care? Does Candace, she disappeared for a while. Nettie was saying more and more MAGA supporters are burning their hats. Okay. I've seen the videos. Turning their backs on dumpster fire. Even Candace Owens is saying she's embarrassed that she supported him. Really? How is Dumpy going to react to his supporters turning on him like this? I'm sure it's going to be a mature, thoughtful, reasoned. No, yeah, I can't even joke with that. I can't even keep a straight face and say that. Oh boy. Crisco says yes, Candace has resurfaced and is sorry. Really? Is she still is the First Lady of France still suing her? I'm getting a weird percentage, like 60%. Like he will understand it's happening, maybe 60%. It doesn't stick. This is my card for Shady Pines. And there's the Wheel of Fortune card again. Strength. World. We're taking our power back, and you're done. Very shaky ground. Sort of truth. It isn't that the truth isn't entirely getting through. It's that it feels very much like the truth is, there are only so many circuits. Okay. Nettie says, okay, girl, I'm eating breakfast. You made me choke out a laugh in the middle of it. Okay, good. I'm glad. Patty says the sound of MAGA backpedaling. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Oh boy. Okay. That's just, I mean, you don't need me to tell you that it's not he's not going to pass the Mensa test now. Would he ever? Anyway, he's really not going to pass it now. And he's in a bubble. So, okay. Anyway, Paula at 3310 was asking about a seemingly reformed MTG is in the news today, humbly apologizing for taking part in toxic politics. Is it a doppelganger? Was she visited by a spirit? Are we in a parallel universe? I'm wondering if she was visited by 3 ghosts. I don't trust. That's her. That's her card just sitting here. That I don't trust her. Oh. Thank you, CC Ryder. I haven't seen SNL yet. I'll have to check it out later or something. Seriously, Marjorie Taylor, what the heck? What are you? And she's actually, for the last month or so, she's been talking about her son's healthcare costs going up and the Republicans don't have a plan. And then she's been talking about SNAP benefits, and I see. She's a sadist. I don't. The only way somebody who is a sadist can suddenly be all empathy. There are only 2 ways that can happen. 1, you fall on your head. 2, it was you have so little sense of self that you twist and bend your beliefs to whatever you think will benefit you. Because there's nothing inside. Vance is like that. Vance could become a Democrat tomorrow. I'm not kidding. He has so little self-esteem and so little charisma. Squeebles says she likes to stay on top and remain relevant. True. Yeah, Rob, she went from one part of the Cartman drama triangle to another. Good point. Yeah, that's a point. Because she does love drama. Squeeble says flippy floppy. Yeah, that's a point. Because she was usually the persecutor. Because, yeah, the Cartman's handy dandy drama triangle, amaze your friends. People who live on the drama, you've probably met some people who live on the drama triangle. It's like an inverted triangle, and at the bottom is the victim, because they always think they're the victim. Trump lives on the drama triangle, 100%. He's the victim. No president's been treated worse than I have. Go away, JFK. I don't want to hear it, Abraham Lincoln. No one's treated worse than Trump, but the victim, right? So then every once in a while, they'll go up to the savior corner. I'm going to spread my beneficence to thee. But then they're never appreciated enough. So then they fall back down to being the victim, because no, they're not being appreciated ever. Or they jump up to the persecutor corner, which is, and then when you confront them or you stand up to them, they fall right back down to the victim, because, well, I have to protect myself. So in a sense, yeah, I mean, most people who are living on that drama triangle, you've met them, you know them. And I hate to say this, but I have yet to meet anyone who lives on the drama triangle who will get off of it. Not completely. Yeah, I've found in life, unfortunately, there are some people you just have to say, I'm not living on the drama triangle. But anyway, so yeah, she did spend a lot of time in that persecution part, because America's the victim. So maybe she's trying to do so yeah, we'll have to keep watching and see if, first of all, she's on a revenge tour. We know that. But we'll have to see if she feels like she's not appreciated enough for her kindness. Yes, Lisa, their crosses are so very crowded. Yeah. Valoria is saying she's trying to appear more reasonable, broader appeal for her future aspirations. Yeah, that too. So, yes, fun, little tiny violins, tiny violins. Yeah, Burn, somebody needs the wood. Get off your cross. Somebody needs the wood. So she's working. Trump turning on her, telling her no and turning on her, really upset her. Real betrayal. And she got very much in her feelings. And while she was being told no, and and Trump was telling her, no, I'm not going to support you. Don't run for the Senate, on and on. The time do you remember the time that she went to one of his rallies and she was on the tarmac, and she was even wearing this red dress, And Trump came down the stairs, down the red carpet, and just ignored her completely. She feels betrayed. And she would never admit it, but she's flailing. She's searching for an identity. And she felt like she was the victim, therefore, and interestingly, when she was around the Epstein victims, bless them, she somehow was able to wrap her head around that because she felt betrayed. So if it started affecting her personally, sometimes things can break into their bubbles. So what is she going to do? Oh, she's going to keep going after Trump. Oh, yeah. She's going to keep doing what she's doing. Now, she doesn't have secrets to expose that, or that she would expose that can fully bring down Trump, but she can point out lies. There's Trump, just the man. The spell over her broke, and she's going to keep coming after him. And I get she's staying in Congress. So, all right. Trailing Tarot says she knows how they feel now. Oh, yeah, that was the most recent thing. She, at least, I mean, for what it's worth, she said, I now know a small part of how they feel. Now, you and I, we wouldn't say that. We would never say that. No, you have to have some emotional intelligence in situations like that. And you don't. No, you don't. You don't. Unless you were trafficked, you don't know. You don't know what it was like. And none of us would say that. But it's progress. It isn't really progress. She's flailing. She's flailing around trying to figure out who she is, and I'll have to look at her astrology because, yeah, that's But yeah, emotional intelligence still, yeah, she didn't get a brain transplant. So, yeah. Pardon, yes, she really liked Hunter all natural. Okay. So, now here's a twist. Speaking of Marjorie, 4345. Several survivors of Jeffrey Epstein released a letter directed at Marjorie Taylor Greene expressing their support for her as Donald Trump and those around him publicly attack her. Jasmine Crockett is now publicly having, well, I don't know about having her back, but is being surprisingly, I don't know, decent. Not that she wouldn't be decent, but that's got to come as one heck of a shock to quit it. That's got to come as a heck of a shock to her. Where is it? There it is. Jasmine Crockett on, this looks like Truth Social, said, this almost feels like a moment where Marge should phone a friend. I'm here for, my sound went? Can you hear me? Okay. I'm here for you, girl. Jasmine Crockett is saying to MTG. I'm here for you, girl. I told you not to trust him. All he cares about is himself and protecting PDFs. He never loved you. My granny always said, be with the man who loves you more than you love him. Trust, sis, you're better off without him. Now, personally, that thing about be with someone who loves you more than you love them, no. Try to, yeah. Long-term relationships, you're gonna have ebb and flow. You do make sure they respect you. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, positive. Debbie's saying positive reinforcement to change behavior. Yeah. Yes, Julia, that is, Jasmine did refer to MTG as the bleach blonde, bad built butch bot. Yeah, that was her. But yeah, love Jalou. Crockett is a classy lady. Yeah. Dave says Jasmine is on high ground and is confident enough to be magnanimous. Exactly. I'm here for you, girl. I told you not to trust him. All he cares about is himself. He never loved you. Trust, sis. You are better off without him. Hashtag facts. Oh, good, Pam. Huh. Yes, M. Kelpie. Crockett is so smart. Yes. So. And I like Jasmine Crockett in the first place. Francis says he turns on everyone. And Fawn, I agree with you. Ding, ding, ding. Well, they're not going to be friends. Yeah, there's some real ugliness there. But there's also some truth. Page of Swords, Four of Cups. So they're not going to be best buddies. This is a card of refusal. But especially refusal of any kind of emotional or democratic stuff. But yeah. So yeah, there's I think that ship has sailed as far as them ever being friends, but go for it. Go, Miss Crockett. Okay. CC Ryder says former Scientologists talk about the one thing that finally broke through to them to see the organization as a cult. Let's see if MTG remains consistent with her MAGA attacks. See if this is real. Yes. Yep. Okie dokie. So at 48:30. Justice Department quietly replaced several November 7th pardons after observers noticed they featured, basically they were auto pen signed. I'm not, it doesn't, that was just in the news, so I might just skip that one. Oh, okay. Shall we do something silly? Because the other things are just about pardons and Trump crashing a wedding. So it's Sunday. Let's do something silly. 49:15. Light. Here we go. Julia was asking, here's a fun one. If you want to lighten things up, a friend thinks UFOs might be our future descendants time traveling to keep us from self-destructing. Thoughts? Okay, I will just throw this out there. My opinion is that that's always been my take on it. Everyone has a different take. I totally respect that. I don't know. I just have thoughts. But I don't think it's time travelers coming back to stop us from self-destructing. I think they've just destroyed their DNA. But let's have a look. What's with the UFOs? Let's see here. I've explained many times that I worked on the edges of the aviation industry. My ex-husband was a commercial pilot. I was not. And I only had a couple of lessons. I never got my license. I never did all that. And I'm not pretending, oh yes, I know all there is about aviation. No. But I heard a lot of pilots talking over the years. People from hobbyists all the way up to commercial pilots. And yeah, they've seen stuff. Yeah. Things, perhaps with no visible means of motion, doing impossible things, and being very brazen about it, like zing, like flying right along with them, and then whoosh, straight up. I mean, like, and there's only one piece of major arcana here. Choices. Yeah, so we don't know exactly what's going on, and it is kind of terrifying. But there's some kind of balance here, right in the middle. Day late and a dollar short. Something short. Families, happy families. So, yeah, they messed up the balance. And the thing is, if you were from the far future and you wanted the cleanest but strongest DNA, wouldn't you go back to right before they really started messing with DNA? Because at that point, you have people who have grown up with more food than traditionally we had in the past. More food, better medical care, means every part of us is healthier. But also just hanging out, which is weird. Why fly around? Why just fly up against why fly right next to the planes and then take off? You make yourself, you're just playing around? And why not, if you are from the future, or you're from another planet, or you're from wherever, why not come say hello? I mean, if it's like, oh, the prime directive, yeah, you blew that one. Lewis, tag, you're it. So, Mary says, breaking, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker calls for Donald Trump's removal from office through the 25th Amendment. Yeah. Lisa says, teen aliens doing ding dong dash. I've never heard that. I love that. Oh my gosh. I love that, Lisa. The alien, they're future, or the aliens are future us, and they're doing serious work, and the teenagers are like, I'm bored. I want to go mess with them for fun. I'll be back. Oh, that was glorious. Yes, Mary, that's hilarious. Yeah. Oh, gosh. Yeah. See, this is why I'm here every day. Because you're here. It's a secret. But there is something. They're trying to find an answer to something here. Because in humanity's future, there's some nastiness. Here's the other thing. If you're like, no, it's humans from the future. No, it's people from another planet. It could be both. We don't know. We don't know. So, Barnes says a future novel takes seed. Ooh. So, yeah, that's all I get. Will we know? Will we find out? Because right now they're just messing with us. Teresa says I should date a German. Ever is a long time. Ever is a long time. Lewis says, I just now received the I Love Lucy shows. Yeah, no, it's true. That's the other thing. People are like, well, you look out there, you don't see anything. Well, for good or bad, they can't see us either. But okay. Oh, they definitely have technology. And they have all kinds of technology we don't want Trump to get hold of. There's that. But we're foolishly just plowing forward with what we're trying to do. And again, this imbalance, this huge imbalance. And eventually there's some kind of victory, breakthrough, parade, something on our side, because it's on a very human level. But yeah, I wouldn't. If you went back in time, let's say you went back to the time of the pharaohs and you were in Egypt. You just woke up tomorrow and you're suddenly in ancient Egypt. But maybe you still had something with you. Maybe, I don't know, it could be anything. You had something on you that would give you this massive technological advantage. Would you give it to the pharaoh? If, boom, you were back in the late 1500s, middle to late 1500s in the UK, and you've got this technological advantage, would you give it to Henry VIII? So if you have a huge technological advantage, who do you give it to? There's the rub. All right. It's 1:15 here in Chicago. Thank you so much for being here. Sarah's back. So at 3 o'clock, we'll both be on Creative Sprints. Other than that, yeah, I'll be right back here tomorrow. Yes, Petty Boots tonight is on Becca's channel, House of Lenormand. Thank you, Bern. So Petty Boots on the House of Lenormand channel this evening. Okay. Mare says The Witches. There you go. Oh, hang on. And Julie says Henry VIII would only be interested in tech that would get him a male son. Well, he definitely doesn't want to hear that happens. It's not the woman, it's him. Yeah, he doesn't want to hear that. So anyway, all right. Please take care. You're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. And I will definitely see you tomorrow, as always. All right. Take care. All right. Bye.